Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth round of AEZ Quadratic Grant. And here today is the first episode. Later, 4 hours later, we will have the second episode also going live with some other projects. So great to have all of the 4 teams presenting here, including 3 grantees which were funded in the previous rounds: Cito Zone, Warp CLI, and jetWallet. And we have a brand new team here, that is Cosmos Proposals Checker, a fantastic public good project recently submitted to the grant. Okay, so before everything, so I just want to remind you that in this round we have 13 projects listed in the grant page, on the grant page. So you can use your atom to contribute to any project you like. Of course, 100% of your contribution will go to the projects directly. And if you are staking any Atom token in any of the validators in Cosmos Hub, you will be whitelisted. Actually, you are already whitelisted. We have a whitelist with over 1 million Cosmos Hub addresses. So if you are a Atom token staker, you are eligible to vote for the projects for free. And your votes will be the critical factor to impact the distribution of this round's funding pool, which conclude 8,000 Atom token plus over 11,000 USDC. That's huge, and the results will be decided based on the results of your votes. So committee voting is always critical in every funding program. And today, since we have all the 4 teams here, I'm gonna pick up maybe randomly someone to be the first. Sorry, seems you're ready, but I'm going to pick jetWallet, be the first one to present. Please tell us what your project is about, what target audience you're serving for, and what milestones you have achieved since the last funding round, and what are the next milestones you're going to make in the next 2 months.
Yep, sure. May I share the screen right away? So it would be...
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so the thing we are doing in jetWallet as a Bro team is a wheel to bring the Cosmos to the Telegram users, built in like as a working as a mini app within a Telegram, so users can access their phones, some basic features and stuff like right within a Telegram. Mobile first focus. I'm showing this from a desktop, but yeah, it just should represent pretty well what we have. So since the previous grant, we kind of fulfilled all the promises we have. We have all the default and basic functionality for the wallet. So currently, as I'm showing my screen, we have the account, like we implemented a full like stage with the account creation, a seed phrase enabling the biometrics or face recognition on the mobile devices, and secure like account management. We can add the new wallets like based on the like having to have the multiple wallets to just derive from the current seed phrase and or create the new ones. And we implemented full full path for the user to send, receive the funds, stake the funds, and display whatever in his current portfolio. Also, we have some basic metrics, sort of a stats, how many tokens do you have, how many of those are staked, and so on, which is your personal APR. Enabled. Oh, sorry, I'm not able to share the QR code. So we have the QR code, sent by QR code, supported as well in the wallet. And those other stages was fulfilled in the previous round. We have all the flows, like with the transactions. For example, I'm currently claiming my rewards in Cosmos, entering the PIN, and transaction went to the blockchain. It's pending. Should be like confirmed within a sec. Yeah, here, and we can hit the link to Explorer if you would like to. So basically, that is the core functionality a wallet should have. We pretty much get inspired by major wallets in a Cosmos, not only in a Cosmos like Kepler, like MetaMask. So we took the core functionality and bring it here. And for current grant, as we have listed in our DoraHacks build, we will need to add the LZ module management in our beta wallet for accounts to be able to grant some permissions or some actions to another apps, accounts, whatever, using the LZ model. We will need to improve the account creation and import a specific path of the derivation path when you have a seed phrase. We'll also simplify the verification process to make it more clear and easy for users to verify the seed phrase is being backed up correctly and so on. Also, we got some feedback from the test users that we should improve the way to recover the seed phrase in case of when you have the wallet created already. And after that, we are planning for this round. We are planning to do the actual release of the wallet to bring it up live and departed, so it would be available to everybody within the Telegram as the working product. Also, I gotta mention here that probably not sure if that was super well covered, but Telegram recently, literally 2 days ago, departed some updates about their blockchain policy within the Telegram. They kind of are willing to limit or narrow most of the mini apps in Telegram to work with Ton blockchain primarily. So that definitely brings some troubles, we can call it, in our roadmap according to development of our own mini apps to acquire the jetWallet. But I just willing to make sure that we still not closing the wallet itself. Wallet itself is complying okay with the new policies of the Telegram, and we will be supporting that and deploying that to production. So no problems on this side. It still has all our focus, all our team focus and support. So yep, probably that's all I wanted to say for a moment. I don't know if we should go for some questions or wherever. Maybe I just missed something important.
Yeah, it would be great if you can explain more about the Telegram Town Connect policy. Why does it not impact your project?
So if we're talking about the wallet itself, it is basically fell to what is described as allowed on Telegram, because originally we have all this idea with the wallet to happen to have the wallet as a signer to allow other Cosmos-based apps be deployed and created in the form of a Telegram mini apps, interact with the wallet, use it as a signer, and get all the beauty and bring all the fun Cosmos apps to the Telegram itself. But harsh word, Telegram willing to, or Tom Foundation willing to protect themselves in such a way. But a part of that, a part of the other apps, the wallet functionality is still like here, it's still valuable. We can improve it by adding some stuff like the swaps, some DeFi features to have them like within the wallet. So that will comply in this way it will comply to the policies of using the Tom connector solely for mini app connection. And just like should be fine until they imagine something new to more restrictive. I don't know. So I mean, it's definitely like very sad for us to have such an upgrades from the Telegram and Tom teams, but we're not willing to give up and willing to continue this part like with the wallet itself solely, make it like it still could be valuable like for the users, even with the basic like functionality of the staking, swaps, DeFi, probably some possibilities to like connect like some services for entering users to buy tokens within the wallet from their cards or wherever. So it's still a bunch of the functionality which we're willing to keep and willing to continue working on.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay.
Yep.
So I think we're ready for the next project. After jetWallet, maybe we can have our new grantee in round 5, which is Cosmos Proposal Checker. So since you are a new grantee here, please present how does your project work, what target audience does it serve for, and what are the next milestones you're going to make?
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, lovely. I will just share my screen and just show you what it is about. Okay, so should work now. Okay, so hey everybody. So my name is Sergey. I'm a part of a Quokka Stake validator, and I'm going to show you what is the tool that we are currently presenting right now and what is it about. So the idea behind this tool is that in Cosmos, we have such protocol as governance. Basically, when everybody votes in order to change some chain params or something similar. And as a validator, it's quite our duty to vote on every proposal that happens on every chain. So our idea was that we want to know about every proposal that is submitted, and we are voting on every proposal. We want to ensure that. So we need some platform to enable us to get notified every time there's a new proposal, or if we haven't voted or on something that was submitted. So that's why we developed a tool, and we call it Cosmos Proposals Checker. It's mostly designed for people like validators or somebody who is tech savvy, let's say. So it's fully open source, so everybody can build it and run it on their own. And it's especially useful for validators because they can run it and they can get notified if they aren't voting on some proposal that was submitted. So what's cool about this tool is that firstly, it's written in Golang. So it's just a single binary. Everybody can compile it and just run. It supports multiple reporters, namely currently there's a Discord integration and a Telegram integration, so you can get your notifications on Telegram or Discord, and it's easily extendable. So we can later add, for example, Slack integration. Also, there's PagerDuty integration in case you want to get alerts if you are not voting on some proposals. It also has some commands that you can use to interact with the chain. For example, you can get a list of active proposals and see your votes on them. You can also mute some proposals if you are overwhelmed with notifications and if you know that there's a proposal, so you don't want to be notified in like the next 2 days. And basically, that's mostly it. So we have it on GitHub. You can go check it out. if you are a validator or if you're just a tech person who wants to ensure you're voting on every proposal that are submitted on every wallet you are owning. For example, that can be also useful if you are aiming for some airdrops, which are targeting people who are voting on proposals. You can also use it, but mostly it's especially designed and would work quite well if you are a validator, if you want to ensure that you are voting on every proposal. So as I was saying, it's on GitHub, and I will show you also the page on GitHub that you can use to build it and run it. It has also a pre-built binary, so you can just download it and run. And I will also show you the Discord integration. So here I have Discord, and it shows me that I have voted on this proposal. I voted yes. It also shows me that I voted on this proposal, also yes. I didn't vote on this proposal, so it would spam me unless I actually vote. And the last one, it's also something I have voted on. And here you can see that I use the custom command code proposals, which actually is used to display the proposals that are currently in the voting period. So you can see your votes on them. It can also notify you if you are not voting on some proposal, if you have changed your vote on some proposal, if you have voted, or if the proposal is finished. So that's pretty much it from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask me here.
Sure, thank you. So we do have a question from YouTube viewers. Do you have plan to introduce filter for spam proposals in your checker?
I'm not quite sure because it's quite a tricky question. It's quite difficult to figure out which proposal is spam and which isn't. Probably there can be some filter by proposal names. For example, what I can surely know is that almost all proposals that are spam proposals have emoji in their title. But yeah, if somebody has like an idea on how we can improve it even better, we have GitHub. We have a procedure when you can submit an issue to fix some bug or add some feature, and we are always here to listen for everybody's opinion here.
Yeah, maybe you can like hire some AI agent to help you for auditing the content.
Yeah, that's actually a smart idea. Yeah, I would think about it.
Great. And I have a second question. So currently, the function, because the function is, although it's very valuable, it's pretty simple to understand. So how do you like to scale this project? What other features are you going to add for this project?
It's like, mostly I am following mostly the same approach that is used in Unix systems. So but it's better to have one tool that is extra simple than a tool that is doing a lot of stuff. So this tool is really designed to be as simple as possible. So its aim is to ensure that you vote. I would probably say that if there are some features, if we want to extend it even further, it's maybe better to do it in another application. This is the approach we've been following in all other our tools that we are building. But yeah, maybe there's something that is still missing here. For example, our plans for the future is add more integrations. Currently, we have Discord integration, Telegram integration, and PagerDuty. So we also planning to add Slack integration. Also, we can use it to monitor not only Cosmos chains, but other chains in the future. For example, I don't know, Near chain or something like that. We are also using it, for example, to monitor Penumbra through custom wrappers. But yeah, the idea behind this, it should be, in our opinion, it should be as simple as possible and do just one thing that it does well.
Sure. And my last question, since you're a new grantee, so I'm gonna have one more question for you. So, as you said, this project is mainly designed to serve for validators. But apart from validators, what type of users do you think can can use this project for their benefits?
Yeah, so the big limitation on this project is that actually you have to build and run it yourself. So you cannot use it as, for example, jetWallet, where it's a Telegram bot you can just use. So it's mostly designed for people who are tech savvy. So for the people who actually know how to run it or where to host it. So first of all, it's for validators and maybe for other people who are, for example, hunting the airdrops and know how to run it for themselves. But mostly, yeah, it's for people who know how to run it. It's not like you can use it as a already deployed application.
Got it. Thank you, Sergey.
Thank you.
A nice presentation for the project. And next, let's welcome Cito Zone. Leisan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. So the stage is yours.
Should I reshare about Cito Zone, or should I just walk through the milestone that we are doing?
Yeah. So I saw you're a very experienced grantee. So basically, you need to present Cito Zone again for a new audience. Second, explain about the milestones you have achieved and you're going to make in the next few months. I personally know that a series of research articles were released on the website. And what about the others? And what's the roadmap for content creation in the next few months? That's something you can share with the audience. And as the media platform, we know that you have one of the biggest KOL in this ecosystem. You have a platform to release news articles, social posts, and research articles. And what will be the next features you will add to the website?
All right. A lot of questions. So I will just go through one by one. And if I miss any, please just ask me or remind me. Let me share my screen. We are Cito Zone. We are part of crypto. Our CEO is Crypto Cito, and we are trying to be the place where we curate and amplify Cosmos contents. We try to put everything in one place, from like all the newest things, research, and also like what is happening in the ecosystem, like all the DeFi opportunities, how to farm in different DeFi protocols and stuff like that, how to get the next airdrop. So we have a YouTube channel, which is hosted by Crypto Cito, where he's published, I think, almost daily during the bull market. We mainly cover Cosmos ecosystem projects. We also cover some other other stuff, but mainly focus on Cosmos. We have a newsletter that we shoot out every month, which we summarize like all these things that happen in Cosmos. We have a Spanish channels, which basically we use AI to translate Crypto Cito content to Spanish. We also have a channel where we create tutorial on how to use some DeFi protocols in Cosmos, like Neutron, Drop.Money, Osmosis, DYDX, and the content on that channel is made by me and another researcher on our team. We also publish articles, in-depth articles about projects in Cosmos. And so for the our last submission, we commit to host a Cito Earn campaign. So basically, we host a campaign where I will just open the page. So we submit for the grant to host a Cito Earn campaign. So basically, we host a campaign every month for the next 3 months, where we reward a content creator in Cosmos. So if anyone on Twitter want to create contents about the Cosmos Hub or anything related to the Cosmos Hub or the AEZ and submit to us, they will have a chance to win the prize. So each month is around $1,000. And we just host the first round, and we already finished the first round with 3 winners. And we got like 15 submissions for this round, and we already start the second round. So for this submission for the grant, we got requests from the DoraHacks team to also add our planned content creation plan. We commit to. Actually, we have already been doing this, but we just didn't we haven't written them down in the grant. So we commit to create at least 4 videos about the Cosmos Hub, or anything related to the Cosmos Hub or Cosmos IBC. Our team are very bullish as the Skip protocol gets acquired by the Interchain Foundation, and we have been create a lot of content around Cosmos Hub and the acquisition recently. And we also have, let me show. So we also have something called, we also have bi-weekly or weekly an article on Twitter we call Cosmos Pipes. So basically, we summary everything the important things that happens in Cosmos into one short thread, so that if you follow us, you can get all the up-to-date information about what happened in the Cosmos in the last week. So we commit. So yeah, that's all about it, and we commit to continue to maintain the Cito Earn campaign to generate a small community of content creator and also believer in the Cosmos Hub and also the Cosmos, so that we have a strong community. Yeah, so that's it from my side. Please let me know if you have any questions.
All right, thank you. So as a media platform, I believe that your insights and your ideas are just the product itself. So from this perspective, what are the new focuses for Cito Zone to look at in the next few months?
We try out different stuff. So like before, for the Cosmos Spike that I just introduced. So before we create weekly contents similar to that, but a very big thread, and we feel nobody's have time to going through a very big thread about the whole things. So we try. So after 2 or 3 months publishing that one, we try another approach and try to make it a smaller, easy to read content. For the Cito Earn, we just carry it out for 1 month. So there's still I think not so much people know about it, but we are successfully to have 1 or 2 very good submission. So we will try to also get more people to know about it, and ask them to like submit and maybe win some prize, because it's the prize is pretty good. And yeah, so we just try out things.
So I'm curious about how do you usually choose a topic to write a research article for?
Actually, for the writing part, most of the writing parts right now is done by another member on my team. Sorry, I have a phone, so give me 1 minute, please.
Okay, so audience from YouTube and Binance Live or maybe Twitter, you can just comment to leave your questions if you have anything to ask for Cito Zone or any of the 3 other projects. And by the way, Ray, are you ready? So have you tested your device?
Yes, I believe I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly. Perfect.
Awesome. Great.
Okay, so we go back to the song for a minute.
Sorry for that.
No worries.
Sorry, can you remind me of the questions?
We're talking about the writing part. So how does your team usually choose a topic to write a research article for? Like, how do you decide what's the next topic you're going to look into?
So there are two kind of contents. So like we have an overview, like the overview of the whole ecosystem, like the news update. That one, I think, so that's one another member on my team is doing in charge of that. I think he's tried to cover almost everything that are like majors in the ecosystem. And for like specific projects thread, I think like if we discover anything that are interesting or like can like generate real benefit for user and that don't have a lot of people like know about, for example, sometimes there are DeFi strategies where you can earn like 50 or 100% APR. And so we just write about it and share about it for our community to also learn about that strategies, and they can try out for themselves. So I think it's based on our interest and what are like the hot narrative like currently going on.
So you pick the topics like randomly.
Yeah, randomly, but not really randomly. Normally, we will write about something that we find interesting, but like not so much people know about it, or something that are very hot right now. So to get more rich viewer for our account.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you for answering. So let's go to the fourth team. So we have WAP CLI as a previous grantee and continuing staying in the grant round for a fantastic commitment completion. So Ray, please start when you're ready and present about what this project is. What are your teams are working on right now? What does this project what are the main features of this project? What target audience does this project serve for? And what's the next milestone you're going to make in the next few months?
Sure. All right. Hi, my name is Ray, or also Dave. Depends on whatever you prefer. I go by both. And today I'm going to present a short demo about my project, where I'm basically a core contributor here. So Warp CLI is mainly targeted towards developers who write smart contracts for Cosmos-based chains. Essentially, Warp CLI aims to provide tooling for anyone who would like to write smart contracts for either multiple chains and deploy them on multiple different networks, or simply would like to prototype and iterate better. Because while some chains on Cosmos interchain system, I guess, have their own tooling, like Archway, for example, provides a really nice developer experience. There is some stuff that across the board in general in Web3 could be improved. And that is kind of what Warp is aiming to do. Because tooling on Web3 is still very young. There's not much in terms of guidelines and how to provide good and like simple development experience for developers. Some tools and command line utilities that we use these days are either require us to do a lot of boilerplate to get the desired like to even start working on a contract, for example, or essentially there is just the commands that we have to type in are really long. Basically, there's a lot of repetitive work that needs to be done. So basically, for that, we have Warp CLI, which simplifies the process, extracts out the core, I guess, actions is the best way to put this. The core parts of the development process, and dedicates one command, subcommand to each of them, so that we can very easily initialize our workspace, configure it, then build the binaries, deploy our contracts to a specified network, run a test node, for example, and do a bunch of other things, just basically with one command. So that's the solution to the problem. Now, as for the round 5, there was a lot going on recently in recent months that was independent of all of our projects that have been building in Cosmos, unfortunately. So Cosmosm was having a bit of trouble. So due to that, Warp has lost a bit of I guess some of the roadmap elements that were planned for round 5 and 6 were moved either off permanently or moved back to further rounds or further quarters of the year due to some partnerships that didn't work out with the Cosmos situation. But what we did manage to secure right now is full release of V0.4 of Warp, which was coming in for a long while, but was never released due to some internal, just due to some stuff that did not quite go as planned. But now we have support for Juno Network added, and it is fully functional and ready to integrate with both existing projects and also to easily allow people to build new smart contract and dApps with dedicated to Juno Network. Juno Network is one of those things, one of those networks that actually is quite close to my heart, because that's the first Cosmos-based network I worked on alongside Terra Luna back in those days. Additionally, we have switched focus a bit to provide a more centralized experience for documentation, basically. So we have one place where you can find everything in terms of documentation. We're still kind of waiting on the front end person to get it looking the way I envisioned it originally. But But there's a website and there's documentation. So now we have a getting started guide that shows the core features. And essentially, hopefully with this, I hope to secure future opportunities for better growth into the ecosystem. Because now with clearly laid out features and advantages that Warp has, it should help despite the COSM-WASM situation going on currently. So that is the general idea. Now for the roadmap, upcoming changes that we are planning for round 6, there's been some changes in COSM-WASM and Rust. So the schema generation for dApps for front ends and integration needs to be reworked a bit because currently it's causing some small issues and warnings. Right now it's not a big deal, but it might become an actual error in the future depending on how the tools change. So we have to stay on top of that. Additionally, new features, new chains, updates to existing chains whenever something major happens on a given platform. Of course, that's part for the course. And something that I'm currently considering, since a lot of time freed up this round for the next for the roadmap, making Warp a tool that will actually be able to run run inside of a Docker container, provide all the required tooling so that developers can have an integrated developer experience, basically an IDE of sorts, that they can just run in VS Code and not have to change their local environment in any way just to develop for a specific chain. That's something that's currently being considered. And now for a very short demo of how this works in action. So basically, we have a demo project here. It's really simple. It just has one contract. Then the configuration file right here defines how my deployment is set up currently. It's set up for a Juno network for the local testnet that we will run in a second. Additionally, here there is the deployment script for our that defines basically how the deployment pipeline should go. So basically here we have the config for using the dev account, which is something that I have registered on my local machine with some Juno funds on it, and then a defined contract definition for how the deployment should go, with including the message, the instantiation message that is going to be put on chain. So basically, to build this, all we need to do is just call build warp build with an O flag for optimized build for deployment. And that's essentially going to run all the necessary tooling. In the meantime, we can start by running the node, or maybe we can run tests even. We can run the tests for the project first to see if everything is looking good. And apparently the tests did not go through for some reason. Okay. Well, let's try again. Okay, so basically the chain did not start on time, apparently. That would be my guess. But we can see, now we have a chain running here separately, and then our tests, our contracts are easily passing the tests. It's just simple tests, but we basically can that way execute end-to-end tests over our contracts. And once we're done, we can just call a deployment method and a file. Well, either I am misremembering my password for the keyring or something is simply not running correctly. Let's restart the node. And with the node running, you can see that we have uploaded a contract with a code ID. And for some reason, well, okay, there might be some misconfiguration on my system that doesn't let all those containers and nodes communicate correctly. But unfortunately, I can't really do anything about this development setup right now. So a failed demo happens sometimes. That's just the risk of live demos, I guess.
That's fine. That's fine. Shit happens.
It's unfortunate, but yeah.
I think at least you have explained the core functions of this project, so I believe that's fine, and people can go to the build a profile page on DoraHacks to check out more if they want.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, and all the information is provided also was on the presentation. So if anyone wants to try out the tool, it's available on GitHub. It's released publicly. Feel free to submit issues if you find any problems, if you have any ideas, anything, just let me know.
Great, thank you. So I personally like the idea that you're going to make it a is that VS Code extension?
Essentially, yes. Yeah, basically just make it integrated into VS Code because I believe that that's the most commonly used editor these days. Of course, there's different preferences and people will always have their own best code editor and environment to work with. But I would like to start with VS Code to basically cover as big of a group as possible to start, and basically just have them run one extension that will set up everything in the background, and nothing, no pre-requirements, no version checking for Rust, for programming language compilers, nothing required. Just run Visual Studio Code and start coding your project.
Awesome, clean and beautiful. So as you mentioned, you have been integrating Juno. So is that correct that ultimately this project will be a universal infra for all of the Cosmos chains?
That's right. Every chain that relies on Cosmos as the smart contract platform is eventually going to be included and added in the tool. Now, for now, we're using still the old version of modules, something that I've been working on for I believe round 3. There was plans of moving this to a more versatile and kind of like more complex system for more that allows more customizations. The code name was Toolchains for this. I covered it last round, but unfortunately, due to some changes in funding, some changes in help from other people, this has to be moved a bit further down. But as whatever I can do, whatever is in my current power to add as many chains as possible on the old system and then later port them to a new one, I will be doing that over the next time, I guess.
Great to know. So who's in the waitlist after Juno?
Finishing up integration with Say, something that is started, and I have had some I guess contracting work for some projects that required this. So some integration was already implemented, but it is not yet fully finished because there are some things that Say does differently that need to be addressed. So that's still in works. But now that some time freed up, then that's gonna be a great time to take that on. And additionally, injective network, independently of the situation that recently happened, I still would like to integrate the network without necessarily the support from the injective team. And I think that's all that's in the queue right now.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Dave or Ray.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you all, everyone, for joining and presenting your projects, and thanks everyone for watching this live demo session. You can still watch the recorded video from YouTube or Binance Live from DoraHacks official channel, or you can find the links from DoraHacks Twitter. So do remember that 3 hours later, that will be 2 p.m. UTC, we are going to have the second episode of AEZ grantee demo session, and that one will include other 3 projects from the program. Okay, thanks again, and do remember we're presenting during East Denver, so do follow DoraHacks social media for more updates later. Thank you everyone for joining.